Yo, it's Pika calling in from Singapore. Hope you're doing good tonight. It is Monday night out here. I think it's about like 9 something. Just put baby go to sleep, and I am free to talk to you for a little bit and catch you up on what's going on with me. So, I talked to you a little bit about connections yesterday and how as connected as we are, we still seem to like miss the point a lot. We still seem to miss people and not be able to meet up or catch up or be around them the way we want to. With that being said, the person I was missing yesterday that we couldn't get into contact with, we did finally. But that isn't to say that I get to sleep very well either. So it's becoming a habit not to sleep very well, and that's my fault, which I will fix myself. But today, lucky for me, I was off. I woke up at like 4:45, something like that, because I had a conference call this morning with Wendy and the team. So I got together with the girls. We did a Zoom conference call, talked about everything that was going on at the moment and how we have some big things coming down the pike. So stay tuned. Crown for Success is expanding. It was really great to meet with all of the regional vice presidents, the new ones that are onboarding right now, and talk to them a little bit about what my experience was going through the course myself just recently, and then to allay any fears that they might have as far as this course is concerned. So that wrapped up at about 6:20, 6:30 this morning, and from there I went ahead and got up and, started getting dressed and getting stuff ready to get a little bit back to school. Dropped her off at school, came back home, and I had a paper. There was a form you need to fill out in Singapore to tell the schools what you want for the mother tongue language course to be for your child when they enter primary one. So unfortunately, I misunderstood the problem because they had called me the week before and said, "Look, we need you to fill out this form and bring it down to the office or whatever. Is just in case you don't get your first choice of mother tongue." And I'm thinking, why would I get my first choice? Anyway, so with that being said, because I misunderstood it, I went ahead and filled out the form incorrectly. I filled it out for Chinese, thinking that because of because there may be not enough space in the Tamil classes that she may need a second language. So I had to clear that up. Walked down to the school and everything and got that sorted out. When I got back, I wasn't feeling well. I don't know what it is, but I felt like I had like a little bit of a headache. I couldn't keep my eyes open, so I actually went to sleep for a little bit. So I think I went to bed at like maybe 1-ish. I don't know, 12 something, 1-ish. I wasn't hungry or nothing. I went to sleep and woke up at about 3 o'clock, only to rush, eat something for lunch, get my act together and get some work done before I had to go off to pick baby girl up again. So I actually went off early, or on time actually. I left here at about 4:30 something and got there by 5 to be able to pick her up right before all the extracurricular stuff starts. Picked her up, came back home, and she mentioned she wanted banana bread, so I made banana bread this evening. That was kind of fun. I had her mash up all the bananas, which really looked disgusting by the time she was done, but baby girl wants, I'm going to go ahead and fix whatever she asks for within reason. Went ahead and gave her dinner, and she watched TV for a little bit, and just now put her to bed. So that was the whole day in a nutshell. But I do want to talk to you about, goodness, what do I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about how things change. You want to be yourself, but things do change. And a lot of times you need to focus on what it is you want in the end in order to become the person you need to be by the end. The whole point of life is actually the journey of going through all of these difficulties, getting through whatever it is that's trying to hold you back or stop you from moving forward, and coming out on the other side still fairly positive, still willing to, help out anywhere you can, willing to try again with love, trying to do anything you can to make sure that, you're not destroyed by the things that you've lived through. And that, I think, is the hardest thing in the world. I have lived through more than my fair share. I have seen things that most people haven't. I have lived in places. I have moved around a lot. I've seen a lot. I feel like an old soul in that regard. But to be quite fair, I don't think that I don't think that it's changed me too much. Obviously, I've learned my lessons. I have become a little tougher on the outside, but I'm still kind of mushy and still kind of soft and still kind of, hopeful on the inside because I don't want to change that. And I feel like with each new development that I have to be a different person. It's almost like every person that I meet brings out a different beast in me. And that's not to say that I'm one thing or the other. I'm all of these things, just not all at the same time. I think that'd be a little crazy, right? I love who I've become. It has taken me 36 years to get here. And I hope that I'm able to be a good role model and lead with a certain element of grace and elegance so that the women who come behind me, the women who are drawn to my vibration, and the young women who are growing up around me, I really do hope that they feel like I can help them based on my experiences, that I can help guide them to where they need to be or where they want to be. I've made a lot of mistakes, you guys. I'm not saying I haven't. And I'm not saying that I changed anything along the way either, because honestly, I really feel like if I changed anything along the way, I'd be a different person. I'd be somewhere else. I'd be someone else. I may not have my daughter. I may be more bitter than I am right now. I may be playing the victim still, saying that, life keeps happening to me and I don't understand it and why me. That could be me too. But I'm actually really grateful that I have this resilience. I have this tenacity that it's like unshakable almost. And I really feel proud of those gifts that I've been given, that I can manage and pull through pretty much everything. I think a big thing for me at the moment with this journey of entrepreneurship is to trust that what I'm doing is correct. To trust that I like certain things a certain way for a reason. I am a certain way for a reason. And those reasons are meant to keep me safe. I was having a conversation with little baby girl just before she fell asleep, and she was telling me how suddenly she's having nightmares a lot. Suddenly she's very worried about a lot of things. And if I dig deeper, she's telling me that while she wants to see me happy, and she wants to eventually maybe see me married, she kind of doesn't. She kind of likes the fact that it's just the two of us, and she's worried that anyone else that may come along may actually hurt me on purpose or take her away from me. So there is that little bit of apprehension about the world at large, and I think it's because she's seen so many people come and go. And she's only 6, you guys, but she's seen a lot of things come and go, and she's justifiably apprehensive about the future. I know what she wants. I know she wants people to play with. She wants a situation where family comes over and sees us, and I'm working on that too. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I damn sure am not going to mend the pain that my family's been through since my grandparents passed away. But I can try. That's the best I can do, and I will continue to try. I did have my cousins arranged to come and see us a couple of weeks ago, and that would have been really great and everything. I haven't seen my cousins in a while, and they have children now too, so it would have been really cool to have them around the house. The plan was for me to cook, for the boys to come over, for baby girl to have someone to play with, and I was thinking, you know what, this would be great. Unfortunately, I got sick, and I had to cancel at the very last minute, which I was hoping I didn't have to do, but I had no choice. I can't get those kids sick. That's not fair to them. And finally, today, I found that they may be able to reschedule. So September 11th, we're looking at having the family come together, like my cousins come over for dinner. And those are the kinds of things I want baby girl to remember when she grows up, that we had a great time growing up, that we had family around, we had people around that loved us. And I think it's up to me to build that kind of a community. I am not by any means like someone that people want to follow. I'd like to think so one day, but I'm not there yet. I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to do. And I feel like if I just keep putting in the work, if I keep putting it in, one moment at a time, one decision at a time, eventually what I want has no choice but to actually come to fruition. I know I do a lot of work with law of attraction and your mindset. And right now I feel like that's probably the best thing I have going for me. The fact that I have an open mind about these things, the fact that I want to try more and to learn more just to see if I can, maybe create a different outcome somehow. I'm not saying I'm all powerful by any means. I kind of just feel like my mindset really does attract what I need in my life. I really feel like if I were to concentrate on the things that I do have, I will attract more. I need to make sure and be very careful not to think about the things that I don't want, which is hard, you guys. I do it all the time. I fall into that trap all the time. But I know that I feel that way for a reason. I know that I'm drawn to those things for a reason. I just need to acknowledge that this is the way I feel, figure out what the pain is, that, where it's coming from, and try and flip the script on it from there. So right now, law of attraction is probably the best thing I have going for me. The fact that I don't know all of it, but I'm willing to learn, that I'm researching, that I'm looking into things, I think that's the best thing I can do. As far as baby girl and these nightmares, I'm not sure where to go with that. She's suddenly having nightmares about her own dad. She's suddenly having nightmares about other male figures in our family, and I'm pretty sure it's not coming from me. I've been very, very careful as to keep my opinions to myself, but I'm not entirely sure where she's getting these notions from, and I'm not sure where or how to start fixing that. But I know that she needs to understand that I am not leaving. She has lived through a lot of loss. We lost her great-grandparents. My mom moved out. My brother moved out. I've mentioned these things before. And it's not that I'm complaining, you guys. I'm just mentioning so you have a little context for why this girl is, having such trouble. My mom recently came home and was able to spend about 2 months with us, which y'all know me. I get attached real easy. And once she left, it was like, well, shoot, okay, here we go again. We have this void in our house. And how do we fill that noise? How do we go about the routine that we had before my mom came? So these are the things that concern me at the moment. And little by little, as I learn, I want to share it with you because I don't know, maybe some of the things that I'm going through, you've been through too, or you're going to go through, or you feel like, you are at the moment living through these things. And maybe if you know that I'm nobody, but I'm trying, and hearing me try how I go about trying to fix these things, maybe that'll give you some kind of inspiration or a spark as to how to go about fixing them in your life as well. I'm telling you right now, you have the power to create or destroy in your hands. It's really up to your mind. It's really up to your actions. And I've told people over and over again, there are only two things you can really control. You can't control anything but your thoughts or your actions. Everything else is extraneous. You can't control other people. And as long as you feel like you're a victim, your problems will never go away. You're waiting for someone else to come solve them because it's their fault it's happening to you. Isn't that victim mentality? So a lot of things swimming through my mind at the moment, mostly how to, allay Lil Mama's fears about what's going on in her life and why she's so afraid all of a sudden. Because honestly, she's a very brave girl. She's not afraid of much. She doesn't have any personal boundaries as far as who to talk to and who not to talk to, which could be good and bad, but right now I'll take it because it means she's not afraid to strike up a conversation with a stranger, to give love and show love wherever she can, and that's beautiful to me. So right now, the focus is her. It's always been her in one regard or another, but right now it's really on her. I need her to feel safe. I need her to feel comfortable. I need her to be able to talk to me whenever she feels like, because right now it's just the two of us. Anyway, that was kind of deep, y'all. I wasn't trying to go that deep tonight, but I was saying what's on my mind, which I promised you I would do. The blogged. I am not doing well. I think I have like 8 blog pieces up on the website itself, and I know I promised myself I'd do one every day. But that's something else I need to manage. I need to manage my time a little bit better. I need to prioritize who I speak to and who I don't speak to, why I speak to them, when I speak to them, how long I speak to them. That's becoming one of those things that I can't control myself. I love that connection so much that I just continue and talk and talk and talk. But it's looking like 31 blog posts may not happen by the end of this month, which, what do I have, like 3 more days? So right now, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to continue to put out whatever I can, wherever I can, and September's coming, I'm going to start over and see if I can't get it to one a day, because eventually I want you to be able to go through and listen to my audios if you're an auditory learner. I want you to be able to go through my blog posts and read if you are, someone who needs to read to be able to retain some information. You have my Instagram posts. They're very visual. They're very vibrant in color. and hopefully they resonate with whatever, you're going through, and hopefully help you with a little bit of guidance as well. Eventually there will be more than just Periscope, but right now those are my outlets. And I'm actually pleased that since March, where I had nothing and had no idea what I was going to do, I'm here actually building a business. And it's not as fast as I want, but that's okay because I'm putting in work every day. So please, please, please don't lose hope. Please keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, every now and again, step back and reevaluate and look at what it is that you're going through. Look at what it is that's working and what's not working, and tweak, adjust. Make sure you've got everything as efficient as possible, because the last thing you want is to be running out of time and patience and energy where you're just snapping at everyone because you're frustrated. So, suss out whatever problems there may be as you go along, fix them as you go along, so that when the time comes, you are a well-oiled machine. I have nothing but faith in you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully, you'll join me again tomorrow. Okay? Send me likes, comments, DMs, share if you would like. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me see if I can help you. Like I said, my life's an open book, which is why the audios exist in the first place. I have nothing to hide. My mistakes are my own, and I own them. Okay? I am totally okay with saying, yeah, I screwed up. Which, with this vlog thing, I really do feel like I've screwed up. I set the bar way too high. But you know what? If I hadn't set the bar that high, I'm guaranteeing you right now, I would still not have a website. I would still not have blog posts on there. Right now I have 8. So progress is progress, no matter how small. All right, y'all. I will catch y'all tomorrow. And in the meantime, I hope you have a very, very productive night or morning, whichever it is for you. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, okay? Thank you. Bye.